I hope Wilson just does something stupid in the first game and gets thrown out.
Gets suspended.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Draft in Hand podcast with your hosts, Greg, Ian, and Mark.
Stanley Cup playoffs. We got some teams. We got some playoff series ready to go so far. So East Division's all set. Central Division's all set.
Fucking Acuna.
Fucking Acuna.
And
Fucking Acuna.
At least it's not Altuve.
guys,
I didn't have to do it.
this is what happens when you put the TV on when we're trying to record a podcast. We got the Jays and Braves going on. We got the Atlanta Braves hitting home runs. But okay, we're not going to talk about that right now. That was well brought up.
Too bad I wasn't.
That's correct. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining. Thanks for clicking on this podcast in particular. If you like what you're hearing so far, and by the way, Ian burping and Mark yelling stuff about baseball.
Sounds about right.
Yep, that's it. But if you like the rest of it, just consider hitting the subscribe or follow button if this helps you out a little bit. Maybe we can help you out with your playoff pools, playoff predictions this year.
Or maybe we'll fuck you.
Yeah, I went 0 for 8 the other year.
When was that? Which year? Was that 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
The Mark went 0 for 8 in the first round.
That just means he picked exactly what he wanted to.
Oh my gosh. Well, we were saying it's almost because that year there were so many upsets. It's almost more impressive if you're 0 for 8 because you're picking favorites and they're, and getting the upset versus the favorite.
Or
winning.
you're picking the wrong upsets.
Well, obviously, yeah, because usually what you do is you pick
my dad, when he does it,
3 and then 1 upset.
He always has to pick upsets for some reason. He's like, oh, I got to have at least an upset or two.
Yeah, the theory there is obviously it's going to happen eventually. Like one of the teams is going to upset.
Yeah,
like that just traditionally. But when all of them upset,
yeah,
very rarely do all the favorites make it through.
It was fucking bad last year. Even
in hockey, was it bad last year?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Well, in the play-ins, like Montreal,
play-ins were a bit of a mess.
Montreal and Chicago both beat out first seeds.
St. Louis.
Oh well, that was second round. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we found out St. Louis all had COVID.
Yeah,
They had
It's still-
COVID
but-
back then.
Well, they were feeling it, like what they say, about a quarter of their team had got it and hadn't fully recovered, and their cardio or their respiratory system hadn't fully recovered. Essentially,
Yeah.
their VO2 max still wasn't able to max. And you're right, yeah. Montreal beat Pittsburgh, and
then I chose the two underdogs.
Chicago
beat McDavid.
Ed
McDavid and Draisaitl.
Yeah.
They didn't beat the Edmonton Oilers.
No, they beat McDavid and Draisaitl.
Correct.
But there was still a couple games that McDavid and Draisaitl won.
That's they did. They won the thing. We'll talk about those guys later, though. But we'll go through the East. Which one do you guys want to go? East or Central?
Yeah.
What's closer?
The East. We're in the East. We're normally in the East. Toronto's normally in the East. Eastern League.
What's the closest team from those divisions? We'll go with that one.
How far? Boston's probably further away than Pittsburgh, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How close is Nashville?
Nashville, a 10-hour drive.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's closer.
Pittsburgh is closer.
I
Eastern
don't want to talk about
League.
the stupid fucking bird team first.
Well, we get it out of the way.
You could just say that Islanders are going to win, and we'll stop there.
We'll talk about.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Let's talk about the other one first, then. How about that? We'll talk about Washington and Boston because it's the first one to be scheduled.
And they're playing tonight.
They are playing tonight. They're playing against each other I think it's the last regular season game for each team.
I bet they both have a bunch of guys sat.
They do. We just looked on Daily
Tom
Faceoff.
Wilson playing?
Tons of Capitals are day-to-day in quotation marks.
Yeah, maybe he'll get kicked out for the playoffs.
Jeez. That is a
moron.
That's just going to be
He is in.
roll your
Boston
third
playing
and fourth liners.
Friggin' Chara playing Boston's pretty funny.
That's pretty cool too. So this season's this series is due to start Saturday, May 15th. As we're recording this, it's the only game in the Stanley Cup playoffs on the entire schedule.
Game?
No, it's a 7.
I was going to say, if the NHL is dumb and scheduled in the afternoon, they fire whoever they're fucking...
Fire everybody.
Fire everybody.
Fire. To the moon. They could...
because they always do that stupid Saturday afternoon bullshit for some reason.
I don't mind if there's Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and late Saturday, but if they just do Saturday afternoon... I mind
when I have to do work on Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah, you roped me into that too.
You don't have to. I wrote more Jordan.
They can... fire them straight to the moon with Elon and his pals.
Mars. All right. Boston, Washington.
Boston Bruins, Washington Capitals.
Another team we don't really like talking about.
Who?
Boston.
Yeah, I kind of
Or
just want to get them out of the way, to be honest with you.
Just because of recently, though.
Yeah.
I still
Ian?
like a lot of Washington. Oh, and by a lot of Washington, I like Backstrom.
The players, you mean?
That's basically it, actually.
Just
Like Ovi's
Backstrom.
Ovi.
You can't
I don't really like.
dislike
I don't really
Ovechkin.
like Oshie.
I mean, I know it's okay if you're not an Ovechkin fan, but like, I don't think anyone dislikes Ovechkin. I think everyone was happy to see him win a cup a couple years ago.
Well, he
So,
was. Yeah, he
They
was a
haven't played
beast.
each other recently in the playoffs, have they? These two teams. So there's nothing really to like stack it up against. Because I'm trying to think, the closest time they could have was when Washington won the cup, because Washington beat Carolina in the conference and Carolina beat Boston in the second round there. I don't think they've played each other recently.
Yeah, who knows? But like even back then, it would have been
versus
Holtby in net, right?
Bruins.
Like,
Yeah, but I'm not saying
they don't
like-
have the same goalies
Bergeron
now.
has never played Ovechkin in a 7-game series and vice versa.
Yeah,
But like the fact that Washington has Chara now, I think that's a huge advantage.
yeah, because he gets
the
to cross-check
playoffs.
people for free.
Well, and he's also playing Boston, and Boston's like, oh fuck, we get to taste our own.
Now Marchand's
Fucking-
going to get cross-checked by Chara every game, and it's going
Yeah.
to see how it feels.
Is it going to be worthwhile to watch just for that reason?
Yes.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool to see if like
Obviously.
by the end of this series, Boston is regretting like not re-signing Chara.
I think they know that they fucked up. I hope they know they fucked up.
Yeah,
I hope
'cause he had a good
hope
season with
Chara
fucking,
tells them they fucked up.
Washington.
Yeah.
I know they fucked up too.
No, they fucked
Yeah, so that's one thing I'm really excited to
Yeah,
watch.
the Chara.
The other thing is, I think Boston has an insane advantage in the goaltending department.
Insane.
Yeah,
Insane.
it's not even close. Because forget Washington's going into the playoffs with what, 2 guys who's never played a playoff game.
I think Samsonov has. Vanacek definitely hasn't.
Okay, hold on. To answer Mark's question from earlier, looks like 2012.
Okay, 8 years ago. So
Yeah, it was the last time.
years ago.
That was after Boston won their cup? Before Boston
I was
won
trying
their
to think
cup?
more like recent.
It's
like
not
5
Reese.
years.
These are-
I
that's
was
a
trying to
different
think, like,
iteration,
within
yeah.
5 years.
That's a different iteration of both of those teams. Although Ovechkin was still on it, but
So was Bergeron. Chara was on Boston though.
he was very much on the other side of that.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I think that's another interesting one. Is I don't think Samsonov has played a playoff game either.
It also
Maybe
says he's
not.
injured right now on
Yeah,
the
so
score,
I
but
think-
who knows?
I think he's just sitting out
I
today.
think going against two
probably.
veteran goalies that Boston has gives Boston I think Boston has the biggest advantage because of that.
In net.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
special teams will almost cancel each other out. Maybe Washington is a better shorthanded, but that's where you win in a playoff series is how well you are.
Special
your
teams.
goaltending is in special
Teams and goaltending.
See,
Absolutely.
I put so much into my for my series last year. I put so much into the goaltender head to head,
We did,
and
yeah. We
and
talked about it a lot.
I fucked up hard on that. So like I don't really want to look at that but yes, a goaltender can win a series.
It's a factor, but yeah, I think we also didn't know what to expect because when we did this last year, when we did our playoff picks last year, we were guessing because there was the COVID break.
Yeah, they
got
hadn't,
one
they hadn't
game,
played in
and then
like
you wing
5
it.
months or
Yeah.
something.
So we were looking at goaltending because it's like, well, we were just assuming everyone else is just going to
X is
be.
better than B. X is better than
Yeah.
Y.
Yeah.
Just based on because you have nothing to base it off of. You don't know that the other team's goalie or you don't know that Vanacek was on a 115 to 16 going into the playoffs. Like no goalie had that run going into the playoffs.
Remember the Rangers started Lundqvist? It's like, oh, we thought he was the third best Ranger goalie, but also the third best goalie in that series.
Yeah.
Because we thought the Rangers had all 3 better goalies, and then Mrazek actually did something.
Yeah.
As an example.
Yeah, and that's why I fucked up on that one because I'm like, yeah, Sturkin will definitely be in. He's like fucking on fire. He's got like 9 wins or whatever it was, right?
That's a hard no from MSG.
Didn't even
Ian.
start.
But that was 9 wins 2 months ago.
Whereas
I
Halak
think it was Gorgiev that was on the streak at the
Yeah.
time, wasn't it?
has Rask played many games recently because I know he was injured midway through the year.
He was back recently.
And
know.
I think I watched a game and I think he looked pretty good. I think he looked he looked like
did look
Rask.
good.
It says injured right now, but again, he's probably day to day just for the game.
Very day to day with
He played May 10th and 8th.
with
The
a case
native
of just
flu.
sitting down. No, just a case of he has a beer in his hand. He's busy.
He's Finnish. I think he has vodka.
That's plausible.
Is that the Finnish drink of choice?
Yeah.
Vodka.
They have a vodka called Finlanda.
Ever tried it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Ooh.
I hate vodka, so no.
Mark, you should get some for Ian.
No, it's disgusting.
Oh.
You just yeah.
The fact that I had to drink it and it's a vodka, it was like, yeah, it was all right. But like hard liquor to me is disgusting. Except for Crown Peach.
Oh my God. Yeah, fuzzy peaches. Okay, so here's an interesting fact. I looked up what the matchups were between these two teams throughout the season. Boston's pretty much, I wouldn't say dominated, but Boston's won more games than Washington has in the head-to-head.
How many games? 8?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
differential.
They're playing their eighth. They're playing their eighth
Sure.
tonight.
I'm yawning.
Yeah, they're playing their eighth tonight. So hang on, So Boston's won 1, 2, 3, 4 of the games
Out of 8.
of the 1, 2, 3,
Have
4,
they
5,
won
6,
them more
7.
handedly though?
So Boston's won 3-1. Sorry. Boston's won 5-3, 5-1, 6-3, 4-2, and they're playing right now. But it's a bit of a
If
wash
Boston
right now.
scores 4 goals in a game, they should win.
Basically, Washington only won. They won their first match in overtime 4-3, and they won in a shootout. So
Boston's got
2-1,
so who
points.
cares?
Boston has points in every game.
And then Washington lit them up 8-1, but that was a game that Vlader played. So it wasn't Halak or Raskin net.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader
Yeah,
played that one, so whatever.
That's an anomaly of a game.
Exactly, yeah. That's a bit of a wash. But every game except for one on the Washington side, Vanacek started. So you're right, Mark. Huge advantage in net.
Washington's only scored over 3 goals in regulation once too.
The 8-1
Yeah.
wash. And if
Yeah.
you eliminate the washout, the only time they scored more than, well, they scored 3 goals in the 5-3, but they lost. They scored,
But no, more than 3. Like,
oh no, they haven't.
that's what I mean.
Not in
Their
not in
most
regulation.
amount of goals they've scored in like the close games. Boston scored more than them in every single game except the 8-1 wash.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Boston's outscoring them pretty handedly.
Yeah.
Overall.
So that's kind of
Yeah. If
So
you eliminate the day.
I was gonna say the main thing for Washington would be is Ovi healthy. Like he's had such a bad year this year. Like Marchand's almost at like 70 points.
well.
or
The thing is
something.
with Ovi, he came back and left immediately.
Yeah, but so
What do you mean?
I was
When-
just
like when he came back from his injury, he
Yeah.
took his first shift and he left the game right
yeah
after
he
his
took
first shift.
that was like on
in insane,
Saturday.
like, insane pain.
This past Saturday, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
but so this
he's
is
fine.
recent.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he missed about like 4 or 5 games in a row there. But he's
Yeah.
in tonight and he's played like 12 minutes.
Ovechkin?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm
Okay.
glad he's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean
three
he's
shots,
healthy. 100%.
3 shots, 2 hits.
No, but Ovechkin's Ovechkin. He's one of the
you're
few
right.
players
He's a juggernaut.
If he's in the lineup, you don't like
Russian
think,
machine.
you don't think any. You
It
don't think
changes.
any
It
different.
changes everything if he's in the lineup. Really,
100%.
You have to keep an eye on him.
Well,
Oh,
your
yeah.
power play becomes lethal.
Yeah.
They have a one shot
You've
like
got
a score.
you got a
point blank
sniper.
score.
You got a
Yeah.
sniper. You
Yeah.
probably got the best goal scorer of all time skating around on the ice.
Arguably, yes.
But then on the other side, like they have Pasternak. He's fucking
And
good.
Bergeron and Marchand.
And Taylor Hall's playing well. Krejci's unreal right now. See, we saw that Boston goal yesterday. Krejci fed Hall through the crease from like basically like circle to circle, and Hall was like his feet were behind the red line when he shot it in.
I think that's a big part to Boston now that they have that. They have
They have that second.
They got the second line that actually
they've
can
never
be
had
a
that
threat.
second line.
They have like
No.
2 Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field right now.
Yeah.
Take that, Yugi. Take that.
He'll play his exotic.
On the opposite side of that coin, though, Anthony Mantha's looking pretty good
Has he?
for
Yeah,
Washington.
but I think Taylor Hall is better.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
But,
I think the second line versus second
and
line.
Krejci's a better center.
He's a better center than Kuznetsov.
Kuznetsov.
If I assume
Kuznetsov
that's
had a
fair.
shit year too. It's like 29 points in 40 games.
Boo.
He's had a couple off years.
And Oshi's on that second line, I guess, too, right? Like, they're still really good.
Oh
but
yeah, their game's different come playoff time.
Yeah.
It's a whole different game. I think that series will probably go. I hope it goes 6 or 7.
These teams, one way or the other, they're beating each other up.
Yeah,
they're beating each other up really
It doesn't
good.
matter how many games it goes, they're beating each other really good.
What do you guys think about the defense on each side? So goaltending.
So
hold on, goaltending edge, like you said, Mark, goes to Boston big time.
I think
Forwards, it's almost a bit of a tie.
kind of, yeah. Kind of.
John Carlson, I don't
Defense.
know how good he is defensively.
Washington has the best defenseman in the entire series.
Yeah, Chara.
No, yeah, Carlson.
John Carlson, yeah.
Yeah, we said defenseman, not
But
hatchet
then
man.
after that, I kinda,
Lumberjack.
After that, I haven't really watched him enough to like scale any of the defensemen like away. But after like John Carlson, I kind of like everybody's the same, and then
Kind of
Washington has
McAvoy's pretty solid, but he's not the same
he's not-
defenseman.
no.
He was complimented last
and then
year.
Washington has his Zdeno Chara.
Washington has his Zdeno Chara.
Chara, I think.
Like
Yeah.
Chara, like
You can't do what Chara does legally with any other player.
he's also still really good defensively.
So I think it's like Orlov's their number 2 guy on Washington.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then,
Do you have daily faceoff open there, Ian? I can. pull
no,
it up
I
here.
don't.
Like Chara's
Okay,
good
let me
enough
pull it
that you can still put him out there for 20 minutes against the third and fourth lines, and he completely shuts them down.
He's not mobile, but like he'll do damage physically.
Yeah, but he
doesn't really get
like, he's
in the
not
front of
playing
the
against
net.
top lines, man. But like,
No,
he'll
you're right, you're right.
Completely shut down the third and fourth line in the playoffs,
And then they have
that's
Schultz
huge
as
in a
well.
game. And
Schultz.
he's not your first line defenseman anymore. He's playing like your second, third pair.
No, if he can eliminate some of that
Schultz
secondary
and
scoring.
Nick Jansen and Chara, I guess. And Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Does he
Yeah.
play a lot? I don't know.
Because then you're basically like telling the team, your guys have to beat us.
Yeah.
Your best guys.
So I was, by the way, I was looking up Mantha. He had 6 points in the first 5 games with them. He had 3 in his last 10. So that's
he's cooled off a bit.
Yes.
And I don't think Boston has defensemen that can stop the scoring that Washington has as consistently if it goes into a deep series, even though Boston's outscored the hell out of them during the year. But that's where Boston has the goaltending. Washington doesn't.
So does Washington to you seem like a
Boston-
pusher?
But Boston has a fucking Bergeron.
What about him?
He's literally he's best two-way center in the league, man.
Think he's still the best two-way center in the league?
Yeah.
Second
hands
best.
down. Not even close.
Who's the best, Ian?
I don't know. Probably Bergeron.
Probably
He's the
McDavid
second
just
best.
because
For the sake of disagree with Mark.
probably McDavid just for the sake he's McDavid.
McDavid sucks in the defensive zone though.
He has the puck
Yeah,
so
but
much, he doesn't have to
he has
play
100
defense.
points, so
He can outscore his
Yeah,
problems.
I know. That's what I mean.
He can outscore his
That's
problems.
what I mean. His offense is so good, he doesn't have to play defense. So you know what I mean.
Guess who the first line center is on the Boston Bruins currently? Apparently it's Curtis Lazar. That's how
tonight.
That's how these we're recording this as the game's going on.
you
so
can't even look at daily faceoff then because
Greg
everything's
McKegg's the second line
That's how
center.
graveyard the teams are.
Yeah.
Washington still seemed to have guys in when I looked at them. I guess just Boston's taking advantage.
Ovi's probably playing.
Oh yeah, scrolling through Boston's team. Yeah, that's bad. But like Backstrom's in, Amantha's in, Ovechkin's in. Yeah, they're still playing. Tom Wilson's in for Washington. Washington want to win some reason.
I'm not sure there's any long-term injuries we got to worry about here, guys.
No, in this series.
Not in this one.
We gonna pick?
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think, Ian? Let's start with you first. Who are you? Sort with the kind of like what your pick is. Are we gonna go number of games? We'll go number of games just for fun.
Number of games is hard.
Yeah.
Does home ice even matter? Or do they have fans
they have
down there?
fans.
Okay.
Partial.
So Washington's
Doesn't
got
matter,
home
it's
ice.
Still fans.
Yeah.
I'll take Boston in 6.
Because I was gonna say fuck you. I'm gonna take Boston in 7.
Think Boston goes in 7?
Yeah.
I don't want to say 5.
No.
I want to see more than 5 games.
The only thing
Selfishly, yeah. I want to see you guys beat each other
That's
up
what
for
I mean.
more than that.
I don't mind sweeps and stuff like that if it's my team, but like I want to see everybody just murder each other in 7 games.
I kind of think
For
Boston.
entertainment purposes, yeah,
exactly,
of course.
and more hockey.
I think
Yeah.
Washington's a little grittier, so that could be the one reason they get under Boston's skin.
With Tom Wilson,
Yeah, but it's just like
and Chara,
Ovechkin.
you can't stop them.
Yeah, like I don't know. It'll be a good
If it
series.
turns into a series like that, I think Washington will win.
Yes,
What if you turns into like
physical.
Very physical,
really
like heart, like
like a California versus California team,
Yeah.
Pacific Division from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Somebody kill somebody.
And Washington's built that way.
Washington's built exactly for that.
That's the only reason I could see Washington pulling through. Otherwise, I think Boston's more skilled.
That's a good argument.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be hard to actually choose. Like, this is just off the top of my head. I might change my
We're
pick.
talking this out. We haven't rehearsed any of this. We haven't come in here with many notes at all. I've written down a few things.
This is the hard. Like, I was even thinking about this one when, like, you messaged me and I was home. I was, like, taking my poop before my shower. I was like,
solid.
These series are hard to choose. Like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, this division specifically, I think this is the hardest one because there's no upset.
No, I already know who I'm taking in another series.
Yeah, same.
I don't think there's an upset in.
And I'm going to be wrong,
one.
but I'm going to pick them anyways.
I'm going to go. What really put me over the top was how many times Boston beat Washington and how they played them over the course of the season.
Do you do this every year when you go through?
No.
I was going to say, well, because you're good at it, so I'm wondering if this is one of your methods to winning.
Remember Rangers beat Carolina handily all last year.
Yeah.
Carolina went in and...
Yeah, that was another thing to that series.
Yeah. So it's strange. No, honestly, I went through this time just because there were fewer games, and nobody's done it yet because nobody else has put out their playoff stuff. So we're kind of doing this without having read Sportsnet or TSN or insert, Hockey News or Athletic. A lot of these people haven't even done anything yet.
Remember Craig Button's spiel about nothing?
Oh, they're so
Can't wait to hear it. Not...
So I'm going to go with Boston. And like Mark said, I like the goal. I don't love Vanacek or Samsonov.
Yeah, I feel like those two guys' confidence could just snap.
I don't like them.
Or they could just go through hot as well.
Go Cam Ward style?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's why goalies are weird.
Yeah.
I would still take, like, if there's a guy that just gets lightning hot right now, it would be Rask.
It would be Tuukka Rask.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I have an issue with the argument where it's like, oh, they have so much goaltending depth. That's true, but only one guy can play net at a time.
Yep.
Only one. So you can't
still got to pick the right guy.
You still got to pick the right guy. You got to, and he's got to get hot.
Still Rask.
And even then, I think Halak. I would take Halak over
the right guy's still Anderson.
Either Washington goaltenders.
So Rask only started 24 games this year, but he still has a 2.28 and a 9.13.
Which beats the what are the Capitals goalies stats?
They're not too bad. I'm pretty sure.
They're not great though.
No.
So I'll post our playoff pool up on Twitter when it gets ready to go. So we're not holding ourselves to these picks. If you want to just take, for that with a grain of salt.
Just listen.
Just listen. Make your own considerations based on what we're talking about. Ian, what are the numbers there in front of you for the Caps goalies?
Vanacek is a 2.74 and a 9.07.
A 9.07, which is
so respectable.
Yeah.
And Samsonov is a 2.69 and a 9.02.
9.02.
Did Robbie Ray just fucking bunt?
Yeah, he's a pitcher. Don't
I know.
Much from him.
Well, so we're all going Boston.
Yeah,
and
now.
If we change our mind, we'll talk about why we change our mind on just a regular episode.
Just to throw you guys off.
Just to throw everybody off our scent.
No, I mean like you.
Oh, yeah, okay. Boston Bruins. Also, from Toronto fans, we know better.
No,
than
I'm taking
Boston.
Washington. I don't like. Fuck Boston.
You change your mind now?
Yeah. Washington
didn't take long.
So Ian's got Boston in 6. Mark's got Washington in 5 now.
Oh, fuck that. I want Washington too.
Oh,
no, I was kidding.
Changing everything.
No, Ian's point on Washington.
The aggression.
Just going to bully the shit out of them. I was like, yeah, I could see that happening. They don't have Chara anymore.
Tom Wilson's going to be on the ice with Pasternak and Marchand. Cool.
They have Tom Wilson and Chara. That's like...
Mm-hmm. And Ovechkin doesn't get intimidated.
No, he bowls people over as well.
Yeah, that's without saying Ovechkin.
Yeah. Or Mantha, who's also massive.
He's not physical.
No, he's not. He's a gentle giant, but you're not going to push him off the puck.
Not easily. He's very good on the puck. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very good on the puck.
But I was like, yeah, Tom Wilson and Chara is just going to run amok. I know Chara is going to have something to prove.
I hope Wilson just does something stupid in the first game and gets thrown out.
Gets suspended?
Yeah.
Oh my god. For the sake of the game, I hope not, but
for the sake, yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't need more news like that.
Yeah, you're right.
I just want a point to be proven that he is a fucking idiot.
Okay.
and he does something stupid.
That's fair from that perspective. I understand.
Or he tries to do something stupid and he hurts himself skating into the boards or something like that.
Yeah, like tries to take a run at someone and just smashes his head off the boards or something, and knocks himself out. Conky.
Catches an edge and like separates his shoulder.
You guys are gruesome.
I said separated his shoulder.
Not like
You
a
could have
great...
said stubbed his toe,
Hey,
stepped on a Lego.
I've seen Ian separate his shoulder.
Both of them.
No, you haven't seen that. You've seen me break my collarbone.
Yeah, I saw you break your collarbone.
He's seen me separate my shoulder.
Oh my, Ian actually walks around in bubble wrap.
Ian shouldn't be around the corners at all.
The first person
I separated my shoulder in the middle of the ice.
The first person to ever be diagnosed with a and provided with a medical life jacket will be Ian.
No.
And a helmet and elbow pads.
Just
to walk around on the daily basis.
I'm gonna get bionic shoulders.
Oh yeah, all right.
I don't hurt myself just randomly.
Might be able to make the MLB with those.
Yeah, bionic shoulders.
Okay, so you're gonna stick with the Caps in 5 then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Boston in 7 because that's what we all want to see.
Yeah, that'll be a good series.
All right,
it'll be fun.
Let's move on. People had enough of this crap. Okay, we're gonna go to the other one in the.
This one's
East.
gonna be boring.
You think this one's gonna be boring? Penguins and Islanders.
I think this one's going to be really good.
I think this one. It's two different philosophies, right? It's sort of two different.
Well,
the only way
each other a couple seasons ago when the Islanders swept the Penguins.
It was a sweep, wasn't it?
Yeah.
See, the only way I could see this being really exciting is if Pittsburgh sweeps.
Okay, can I go through just quickly what they did this season?
Yeah.
So the Islanders won twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 appearances. 8 appearances against each other this season. Islanders won 2. Islanders won the very first one, and
That's
they won
crazy.
2-0 relatively recently. Pittsburgh won all the rest. One of those was in overtime. One was in a shootout. So who cares? So Pittsburgh went without the shootout win. Let's take the shootout win out because it doesn't count in playoffs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Penguins have 5 wins. One of those was in overtime. So the Penguins actually did really well against the Islanders. They really shut them down. Not many goals being scored by the Islanders. The most goals they scored was 4 in the first matchup.
I think Islanders have way too much depth.
Start with the goalies.
So
Hold on. Do you guys want to start with the coaches? And by coaches, I mean coach.
but you can't out-coach Barry Trotz.
Trotz. That's the only. Fuck! I hate
Can't out-coach
Islanders.
Barry
I just
Trotz, man.
hate watching their
I fucking
hockey.
hate them
It's so
too.
annoying to
Yeah,
watch.
I know.
It's so boring.
Yeah, it is so boring, but
It's good hockey.
they're so good.
Textbook, it's good hockey.
It's good hockey.
Yeah, from a textbook perspective.
Greg's like, that's why they win a lot of games.
That's why they win a lot of
Why can't
games.
my teams play like that?
Oh my god.
They don't have the flashy guys.
And because they play such structured hockey, and I'm not taking anything away from his skill level, but Varlamov let in just above 2 goals per game, a 204 this year.
He also had a 930 save percentage.
Almost, is it 929, 930? Doesn't matter.
929.
Okay, cool.
I said almost.
Yeah, that's because a lot of their shots are easy to save because they're not high danger.
Yeah.
I haven't watched many Islanders games. I watched a lot of highlights, and you see Halak making a lot of very
routine glove save kind of thing.
Yeah, like very safe, very high percentage. Low event hockey is what the Islanders play, which you hate the
Sounds like a
broadcasters
goalie
saying.
stream.
Oh my god, man! If you're making saves from the perimeter all night, like go, yeah, love it. Sit back in a rocking chair and just make saves, punch them into the corner, make your defenseman go get them.
So on the other side of Varlamov, you probably got Jari starting.
Tristan Jarry is going to be the starter for the Penguins, of course.
His numbers are solid.
His numbers are decent. They're very respectable, and they look a lot better in the last month.
Yeah, I was going to say, he started off bad.
Yes.
Like, his first month was real bad, wasn't it?
Dumpster fire.
Yeah, because you had him in fantasy, too. Or did you pick him up when he got better?
Ian, people are selling the stonks.
Yeah, I know.
The stonks are going down.
He got dropped a lot.
I picked him up in 2 leagues. He was like what? Mark, do you remember what draft round Jarry was going in? Like 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, he was early.
Around like
probably 5-ish.
Maybe 5 or 6.
Maybe 5 or 6.
And people just dropped him after a cold start. But he's turned his season around. He's not aesthetically pleasing to watch. He has some he's a little scrambly, but he gets the job done. Whereas Varlamov looks a lot tidier. Varlamov keeps the game in front of him, on his toes.
He's played the NHL level a lot longer too.
Yeah.
No, he understands where probably.
So does Varlamov have a cup?
Well. No.
Jari does.
That's correct.
Oh, good for him.
He's got a cup. That's pretty impressive, but
He's been there. That's
Do it
what I
again.
mean. Well, I mean, he's been there.
yeah.
It does add to your
Yeah, but
Resume.
Pittsburgh's been doo-doo in the garbage the last 3 seasons.
in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Mark, talk about the Pittsburgh Penguins' recent playoff debacles, because you love to see
Last
this.
year,
Not
As a
they
Flyer-
lost to
you're a Flyer
Montreal
fan.
last year, and then I think
Did they lose or did Carey Price beat them?
they lost.
Okay.
Well, Carey Price played really well
no,
too,
Carey Price beat them,
but Pittsburgh's goaltending was horrendous that series as well.
It was, yeah.
and their
not good.
scoring wasn't good either.
No,
No,
and then they
no.
got swept by I think the Islanders the year before that,
Uh-huh.
and then I don't remember what happened the year before that. I know they lost they've lost 3 playoff series in a row.
But then they won the
They
2
would have,
Stanley
but you mean
Cups
first
before
rounds in
that,
a row.
right?
Yeah,
First rounds in a row.
So it was 2017, 2018. They won 2 Stanley Cups.
And since then,
Like
they
back to
haven't
back.
won a playoff series? Is that how it works?
I
yeah.
guess
They
that's-
haven't won a playoff
I guess
series
that's
since
it.
their last cup.
Jeez.
Yeah.
However,
However, they're still the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they have Crosby, Malkin, and Letang on their team,
you know who
and Jeff Carter now.
I was just going to say, you know who might be a difference maker in this series? It could be Jeff Carter. So big, centering that third line that doesn't look bad by any means. You know, any line with Crosby is going to be dynamite, and they are one of the best lines in the NHL. What is it? Crosby, Gensel, Rust?
Yeah, probably.
Rust is, I think is.
I think Russ might have dropped back to play with Malkin again, but yeah, that's probably what it was before.
Sure. Doesn't matter. You know what? Crosby with Gensel and whoever you want to put there. Their second line is Malkin with Kapanen and other guy. Whatever, doesn't matter. I mean, they're still talented. Not that it doesn't matter that much. But then your third line is Jeff Carter.
Yeah,
With-
solid centers, eh?
McCann, maybe.
I don't know.
So solid down the middle. Two lines that are, Mark, you said two-headed dragon.
Yeah.
Two-headed dragon, but two-headed dragon that we've seen it before. And then you have a third line that has Jeff Carter.
Jeff Carter on it.
That is absolutely unbelievable. I'm just trying to pull up here, trying to sort through the ads to try to get to.
So you're on
Jared
daily face-off.
Zucker on the second line, yeah. Rust on the first line with Crosby and Gensel. Yeah, the one really impressive part, and I think a key to the success for the Penguins this year, Chris Letang has been healthy the whole season.
Which is strange. So he's probably going out first playoff game.
Honestly, how many playoff series have the Penguins? So in the 3 that you mentioned, have they not had Letang?
I don't think
I don't
they've.
know. I think they've had him.
I think
think
they've had
so?
him one of them.
They didn't have it when they won the cup.
No, that's what I mean.
Which is crazy. It's almost like,
How?
He always misses the
how's
cup,
that possible?
or he misses like half of the playoffs or something.
Brian Dumoulin's is his D partner, and he's had a solid season too. Also noteworthy defenseman for the Pittsburgh Penguins, Cody Ceci. Actually not doing too bad this year.
Cody Ceci.
Actually not doing too bad
Those are
this
your
year.
words, not mine.
Well, those are words of Pittsburgh Penguins fans. Like, you just sort of read up on the Penguins and they're like, wow, they don't hate the guy.
Yeah, but they had a defenseman worse than Cody Ceci.
Yeah, I know.
Jack Johnson.
That's true. You're
So,
you're not wrong. Both could be true though, Mark.
I know. Both could be true.
It's like,
So it's like they still got an upgrade, even though it's not
that big of an
that
upgrade.
big of an upgrade. It's still an upgrade.
No longer have a
That's
flip.
why we're happy with Bogosian. We know it's not that much of an upgrade, but it's still an upgrade.
It's still a thing. Yeah, it's like, hey, instead of a shoulder strap phone, you now have a flip phone. It's still an
Or
upgrade.
like a
What's that called? The rotary phone?
Rotary?
phone?
Why is this fucking site saying Letang's only got 2 cups?
I don't know.
Now I don't even want to
Whatever
look
you're
at it
calling
anymore.
doesn't exist.
I just like go from like Score app and go show stats, and it says like Letang only has 2 cups.
Sorry?
Yeah,
I don't know. Sorry, man.
I don't know. Me too. I'm sorry.
Mark, what do you like about the Islanders?
The depth, the way they just beat teams with such boring hockey, and like they just know how to score dirty goals.
they don't have very many highlight reel goals at all.
No, the goals they score, they're playing for they're scoring playoff goals all year, so it's not hard for them to get them.
That's true, yeah.
That's a lie. They do have a good amount of highlight reel goals, but they're all from the exact same player.
Barzal.
Matthew
Yeah.
Barzal, yeah.
Who also put on a show last playoffs. Every time he gets the puck on his stick, he's going to do something exciting in this series.
It was that Tampa series that when it was Islanders against Tampa, they absolutely dominated. Who's
they?
Tampa dominated, absolutely
right. Okay.
dominated last year. But when Barzal was on the ice, it was the only time that it seemed like Islanders were doing anything.
Yeah.
It's like they were waiting for Barzal to get on the ice to actually have offensive capabilities.
Yeah.
And you don't think the Penguins can match that, really? Do you think Carter could shut Barzal down? I guess that might be
No,
that might
no,
be
he doesn't have the speed.
Tampa couldn't shut Barzal down.
No, he doesn't have the speed.
No.
That's what
Like
I
the only
mean.
one that I could think could come close is Crosby, but I don't even. You wouldn't want Crosby out against him. You want Crosby out against a different line.
Yeah. Like Tampa couldn't shut him down, man.
No, I'm just asking the
Yeah.
question.
No, I just
I'm asking the question with the tools that are there.
I think Barry Trotz is going to outcoach some Johnson.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm bad with coaches. I just know.
Yeah, I just think he's gonna
Barry Trotz.
get outcoached. I think Barry Trotz is just gonna wizard his way out of the first round.
I already forgot they
Also,
got the
the
two
Islanders-
players
I
from
think- I think
fucking New
Zajac and
Jersey.
Palmieri. Yeah, that's
Depth-wise,
right.
the Islanders' defense is a lot better in my opinion too.
Yeah, is Lee back or no?
No,
Lee's done for the season.
True,
What did Lee injure?
his knee.
It was a knee, right? Yeah. So yeah, Palmieri was a replacement for Lee, quote unquote replacement, even though they did some
And
internal
Zajac
juggling.
was basically a throw-in because
Depth for
Lou
playoff
asked him
run.
if he wanted to win.
Yeah,
Or no,
basically.
the New Jersey GM asked him if he wanted to win.
Sure. Yeah. Fair
He sent
question.
him to Lou.
Yeah,
Fair
so
question.
Islanders load up pretty hard on three of their defensemen. So Leddy,
Yeah.
Pollock, and Pellick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they have two that are almost identical. Yeah.
But those three guys play a lot of minutes.
A lot of minutes.
And so they'll play probably a lot more in the playoffs. Nick Leddy is still really good too.
Oh yeah,
I actually really like watching him.
because he's amazing
He
at skating.
flies.
Yeah, his skating's unbelievable. He's probably so underrated. Well, he is.
Yeah, he's underrated. He had 31 points this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
2 goals, 29 assists.
What are we talking about?
Nick Leddy.
Letty?
That's
Yeah.
really good, man.
It's surprising when you look at teams like that. It's just like, I did not realize that.
The Islanders don't score a lot.
No. Yeah, and that's a...
Negative. Ian, where were they in?
That's over half a point per game as a defenseman. That's really freaking
What, their
good.
differential?
Yeah, or just goals for compared to everyone else.
At
Islanders.
156. So Bruins only had 167.
Yeah, 167.
Leafs had 180.
Washington had
Really?
189. Pittsburgh had 196. Leafs had 182. Edmonton only has 178. Who has the most?
Sorry, who? How many does
I think
Edmonton have?
Pittsburgh has the most in the
Pittsburgh has
league.
the most.
Pittsburgh's the offensive. This is the offensive juggernaut
196.
versus the defensive structure.
Yeah,
style.
of the 4 teams that are in the East, they have the lowest goals against, 128. Boston 134, and then Washington
128 against. That's so little.
Washington's got 162 against. That's 34 more against. And Pittsburgh has 156, so almost 30 goals more against.
Than the Islanders.
Yeah. But that's over 50 games.
Over
56 games. That's like, yeah, just under 0.5.
Looking at this matchup head on, you guys
That's a lot
know.
of goals, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's volume goals. Yeah,
Yeah.
lots adding up. But looking at this series head on, you know the adage, offense fills the seats, defense wins championships. So you go with the Islanders.
That's where I'm at. The Leafs have choked the last few years just going all offense in the playoffs.
The one hesitation I have is that Pittsburgh is 8-2 in the last 10 games.
Against the Islanders?
No, just period.
In the last 10 games, they're on fire.
They're on fire. And the Islanders are 3-4-3.
Oof.
They are not on fire.
Varlamov have bad games recently?
Not really.
No.
No, not particularly.
They're just not winning?
Well, yeah, they just
They're
didn't.
not winning.
They just didn't have. They just have a great finish. Which I mean, if once you're in, who cares? I suppose, right? Like, it doesn't matter.
Islanders
to them.
Islanders like Washington seem like that team that will amp it up.
Yeah.
They're gonna fucking bang down another team.
And by amp it up, they mean dial it right down, button down the hatches.
They've also gone on 2 good runs.
Everyone gets a
They've gone
screwdriver.
on a couple good runs the last 2 playoffs, too.
They have.
Yeah, Islanders conference finals last year, right?
And they almost got to the conference final the year before as well.
They lost to... Was that Boston they lost to in the semis 2 years ago?
Boston beat Carolina in the semis, but
Carolina.
I think Carolina beat the Islanders.
Maybe. No. Carolina and Islanders wouldn't have played each other.
Do you want me to look it up?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't care.
You're just speculating.
I like
more than-
spitballing.
All right. And of course, like I said at the start of this part, was the Pittsburgh's owned the Islanders this year, but that's regular season. That's a different.
It's a different
game. Animal.
It's a different
thing.
game.
Yeah.
Different sport.
And different refs too.
Different planet.
I think they actually hire new refs for the playoffs.
Or you mean they just have the good ones, ref? Like in MLB, where they like,
Can we just have Wes McCauley
only gonna
ref
have
every
our-
fucking game?
He's not even that good of a ref.
No, but
No.
he makes it entertaining.
Yeah. All right, guys. What are you taking? Pittsburgh. Islanders.
I want to see Pittsburgh win. I don't like
Islanders in 5.
Islanders in 5.
I want to see Pittsburgh win just because it'll be more exciting. They'll score more goals. So I'm gonna
It'll
pick
be more interesting going forward if Pittsburgh wins. Is what you're saying?
Pittsburgh's
Yeah.
got home ice.
Yes.
I'll go Pittsburgh 7. It'll be a grind.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh 7 if
Pittsburgh
they
in
win.
7. I'm on the fence here. Last series I went with Rask and the goaltending, so I'd be a little bit
Biased to go against Varlamov.
Exactly. I don't know how healthy Malkin is, and I think that
He did pretty good in his week back.
I hope so. But
Well,
of
he had
course-
like 7 points or
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
in like 5
He
games.
was my
but
best
again-
player on my fantasy team.
but
that
against
week.
which teams did he play though? Do you know which teams
I
Pittsburgh
Oh, whatever.
played? I think one was Buffalo,
Probably.
because Buffalo. There were a couple of them were against the Sabres.
Yeah, whatever.
So-
I think they
it's
beat
different style of
Buffalo like
hockey.
8-1 though, and Malkin only had like a point. So it wasn't even that game.
I'm just gonna have to go Islanders though. Just
Cool.
because the tidiness. But Ian, I like what you're saying. I want Pittsburgh to win just because the entertainment factor. I don't want to see the Islanders in the second round just because
I probably won't.
a little more
honestly, I probably won't watch one of the games in this series.
you know, Lakes, you're not gonna watch a single one. You'll watch.
Nah,
Yeah,
yeah,
those are so
I'll watch
boring.
part of it,
Yeah.
but like
You won't
much.
sit
If
down
it's
to
the only
tune
game
into
on.
this.
If it's the only game on, I'll watch
If
it.
it's like the noon game,
Maybe,
I'll have it on.
Fair.
but it's Pittsburgh,
enough.
so you know it's going to be on.
If
Yeah.
it's like the 7 o'clock, if there's 2 7 o'clock games going at a time, this is definitely backdoor.
Yeah, that's hopefully it's a 7:30 start, and you got the intermission.
Also, I do
Fair
not
enough.
want to watch Pittsburgh.
No.
And
Okay.
you know what? The NHL
how-
really need to do that.
And with how boring the Islanders are, I do not want to watch the Islanders.
So from your perspective, these are two teams you're just not interested in watching. The only thing
I'm
I'm
interested in watching the Islanders after this round because that's when it gets a little more like tighter.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't. Yeah, I'm sort of on your side too. This isn't on the top of my list of much watched series. Sorry, Penguins and Islanders fans, but I mean, it'd be interesting to watch.
And also, how many times do we need to watch like Pittsburgh
Varlamov.
play?
I respect what they're doing. They're a generational team that's been in the playoffs every year since like Crosby's been in the league. They're in the playoffs. I guess you could say last year they didn't make it because they were in the play-ins or whatever. So you could go that route, but
Yeah.
like.
No, I know they're a generational team. It's like watching the trade just be in and in and in and in
Yeah.
and in. It's a dynasty team.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? It's all of those Sidney Crosby fans. Where'd all those people go? How common are Pittsburgh Penguin jerseys like 10 years ago?
Sid the kid. Oh, you saw kids walking around them downtown everywhere.
Everywhere. What are
Even with the
where are they
jersey
now?
T-shirt things, those that were cheaper than the jerseys.
Yeah,
You saw
It was
a lot
style.
more people wearing those.
Yeah,
You don't see a lot of people wearing those anymore, eh?
yeah.
The jersey
100%.
T-shirts.
Yeah, where are those going?
I don't know.
Is it well? Okay, first of all,
It's probably just a fad, I guess.
we haven't gone anywhere in the past like 15 months, so I guess we can't really judge. But
No,
prior to that, yeah, the jersey. I don't even know if I own a jersey T-shirt or T-shirt jersey. I don't know what it's called.
I don't either.
But you know what I'm talking. I think people know what we're talking about. It looks like a jersey, but it's a T-shirt and it has somebody's name on the back.
Yeah, instead of spending $200, you spend $15.
$15
$20, or however much they cost.
for a T-shirt You can wear it to the bar. Wear it to the bar.
You can wear it to the game if you don't have a jersey.
You can wear it to the game. It might be a little chilly. Have you been to any games where you can wear a t-shirt inside? And comfortably wear a t-shirt inside?
I've never worn a t-shirt inside the...
It's always been a jersey or something,
and
right?
for basketball games, they kind of pump the heat up, but I don't wear a jersey to basketball games.
No. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be kind of...
concerts, it's so compact that it's hot in there.
Yeah, concerts would be a little bit different in an arena,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. That seems like
I feel like you just don't wear a t-shirt in an arena. That's just like...
It's a no-no.
It's just not in your head to do, like...
Yeah, not a hot... Well, it's so weird when you see some of these teams, whether it's one of the California or one of the southern teams in the States, and people show up to the rink in shorts.
So this is why I love hockey here in the summer, because I can show up to the rink in shorts and flip-flops. It is the best thing
when you're
ever.
playing, though.
Yeah, when I'm playing.
But you're not standing where the ice is with shorts and a t-shirt.
No, I go into the room. It's cold in the fucking ice area.
You could, okay. Now, say you're down in like Dallas or Florida or something like that, and you got jersey and shorts on. Okay, at least like your warm up top, so whatever. But it's just weird seeing
when
NHL
you're sitting
fans.
Up in the 500s, it's a lot like warmer.
Oh yeah, for sure. But you don't see shots of fans on TV up in the second deck usually. Usually it's like glass side or something like that, or like behind the bench.
Yeah.
I just find it really weird. No, of course I mean. If you're able to comfortably wear shorts in a hockey arena, think how friggin' warm it is on the bench. With you got your Under Armour shit on, your shoulder pads.
I don't wear
jersey.
I don't wear anything like over my equipment.
No, I mean in an NHL rink.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying.
Those guys are sweating before they even get on the ice.
Well, you see what some of them look like after an interview.
Oh, it looks like they've been dunked in a pool.
And I'm like, no, there's no way you're dying that hard. Like, I've watched a shift. There's no way you're dying that hard.
2 steps and coast.
Like, you know what I mean, though? You see, like, I was like, no, you're not that dead. Like, there's no way you just skated that hard. I watched your shift. You did not skate that fucking hard.
Yeah, really. It's like, hey, make sure you get the guy who just had a shift. We want to interview one of the guys who just got off the ice.
Who wants to talk to the guy that's like, like, you know, when you're tired, you don't know how to put a word together with a sentence.
And NBC, who would you like to interview? We want to interview the guy that just got off the ice. Pick the guy who has the least amount of breath. We want to interview that guy. That's what they do.
But it's like, it only takes you a few seconds to catch your breath again.
You think so?
It definitely does.
Move on to Central.
All right, let's go on to the Central Division. Florida? Do you want to talk about the first time in NHL history that the Florida Panthers and Tampa Bay Lightning have met each other in the playoffs?
First time they both been good.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that a thing? Because that'd be cool. This is a rivalry that I'd love to see blossom on account of
Tampa gets 4 home games.
On account of they can beat each other up, and I don't have to worry about them. Don't have to worry about them or anything.
What?
Vladdy hit a home run?
Oh, I must have just missed it.
We missed it.
Damn it, Greg! You're facing the TV and you
gotta
couldn't
tell us
say
this
anything?
stuff.
Sorry, Mark. I'm engaged in conversation with you. I wasn't
Yeah,
paying
but
attention.
your eyes are at least looking forward. Like, I was staring into yours.
We gotta
like,
yell
you couldn't be
baseball.
staring at the TV. You had to be weird and stare at mine as well.
Wow. Imagine your date ever said that. Imagine, I'm looking at you. The least you could do is look at the TV.
Yeah, I don't want to miss something.
Isn't that what you guys do?
All right. Well, guess who's back for the Tampa Bay Lightning?
Back again.
Stamkos.
Everybody.
Is Kucherov back?
Pretty
Yes.
sure he's going to be back.
Oh, shit.
Everybody is back.
Well,
It's like, hardy har, look at our cap circumventing. Go fuck yourself, Tampa.
yeah.
I hope you
we,
get fucking
we just
swept
had
by
like
Florida.
$15 million sitting in our back pocket till the playoffs.
Highest budget in the league, I guess. Tampa
This is like
Bay.
a Dodgers team.
They
Oh, it was a
are-
2-run shot as
they're a
well.
playoff.
Greg, how'd you miss it?
I told you, Mark. I was engaged in conversation.
Flatty bomb. That's more important than, like, our conversation.
Okay, why do you guys why should somebody in a playoff pool why should somebody take the Florida Panthers
Vasilevsky.
over the Lightning?
They shouldn't.
Just give
They can only
give us hope, Mark. Gives the Florida Panthers fans a little bit of hope. Just something. Give them something.
Radko Gudas.
Radko Gudas. Okay, that's something. Radko Gudas can just go.
That's it.
Jonathan Huberdeau.
That's all I got. Radko Gudas.
But guess what? Tampa's got like 3 guys that do what Jonathan
also, family
Huberdeau.
Fred Mason Marchment.
Is Mason Marchment still playing top line?
I think he's still playing top line with Barkov.
Oh my god. You're not making a good argument, but okay.
I'm actually going to make time to watch this series just because.
Well, this will be a good series, I think.
Yeah, I don't Tampa's always Tampa, but I'm going to pay like hard attention to Florida.
So the way that the Islanders Penguins were not on the watch list, this is for you.
Yeah, you're also fucking state rivals,
and it's also the last Stanley Cup winners are playing it.
Yeah. But also
the defending champs.
State rivals, man. Like, there's always heat when it's state rivals. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because Florida has so many fans to jump on that.
I hope it happened. Like, I hope it.
You hope it's like the Pittsburgh one?
You know what sucks?
Pittsburgh, Philly?
Are they allowed max capacity in Florida yet?
I don't.
It doesn't even matter. They won't get max capacity.
No, they would.
I don't know.
Have you seen highlights of when they went to the finals?
Oh, years ago.
Yeah, it was insane
ago.
There. Like, imagine
94.
this setting off like a new like era of fans for that fucking. Like,
yeah, you had a buddy that was a Florida fan too, right?
Worked with him.
Barkov with Verhaeghe and Duclair with first line. Marchment is the second line center with Jonathan Huberdeau.
Wow.
Yeah.
Think about like what this could do for that area if they like even pull through and just make it a series.
I hope so, man. I don't like. I think I've said this multiple times. I don't like watching Tampa because their stupid camera angle and their stupid rink looks stupid weird. Yeah. So I just don't like watching Tampa almost for that reason. And I would love to see somebody knock off the defending Stanley Cup champions just because it's fun and just because hockey. Just
it's going to be Carolina in the second round, so
sure, sure.
But like Tampa's lineup, like you remember Tampa last year. Hey, they have a healthy Stamkos now too.
And Florida's missing Ekblad, which sucks.
Yeah, that's
sucks.
huge.
That's their guy.
He was their saving grace for most of the season.
He is what to Florida what Shabbat is to Ottawa.
He could have been a Norris nominee.
Oh, he would have been. And
we've talked numerous times about how the Ottawa Senators look entirely different when Shabbat's on the ice, and Ekblad's the same. Now, not to say that the Florida defense is worse. Just by not having Ekblad there, they're better with Ekblad in the lineup.
Ekblad played was averaging 25 minutes a game.
Yeah,
before he got injured.
Uyghur's solid. Gudis, Mark loves Gudis, but like,
they're only.
Nudavara is not going to come save them.
They do have a Hornquist.
Okay, none of them are saving graces.
No,
they do have a Hornquist. Oh, he might be injured.
Yandel help your special teams out.
Yeah.
Yandel will.
Verhaeghe's had a great season too, but I think he might still be injured. He was injured at one point. He might be back now.
Big question, serious question, big important question. Who's the starting goalie for the Panthers?
That's a bigger question.
Well, you got to pick one.
Probably Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky?
Yeah, even though Dreger's stats are like amazing compared to him.
You're paying him $10 million fucking dollars. If you don't start your $10 million goalie, like what's that saying?
Hey, you want to hear their stats, Mark?
You want to win, maybe?
Hey, Mark, you want to hear their stats on the season?
I do want to hear their stats.
Yeah.
Pick me.
So Bob has a 291.
291?
906. Not bad.
So he brought it
but
up.
a 291 is like 3.
Yeah, because he was over 3 for most of the season. So
goals against average of 3.
His save percentage was like 280 at mid-season.
His save percentage was like an 880. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Dredger,
save percentage.
But he got it up to 906.
Yeah.
And
906 is probably close to I would say it's
I'll check
close
last
to
30 days, Mark. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that's probably close to like league average is 906. Because last year I think was around 909, so it's close to the league average. Probably.
Bobrovsky won a lot of games too.
Yes, and he started a lot more too.
Yeah, I know. Dreger's got really good numbers.
Yeah, he's got a 207 goals against average and a 927 save percentage.
Yeah, I'm just a part of the thing. You have to start your $10 million goalie.
You got to start your starter,
or else.
Bob's there to be the starter.
Yeah, unless you do what Washington did.
And Bobrovsky was also. I wonder if he had COVID problems at the start of the year because he was out for a while.
Did he have COVID?
I don't know. He was out for a while at the beginning of the season, and I feel like he could have had complications with it.
Was this Bobrovsky?
Yeah.
Bobrovsky.
Sorry, guys. Keep stick-handling the puck over there. I'm trying to look up his stats, but I'm on the mobile.
Yeah, but
version.
okay, so then you look at Tampa's front end, and it's stupid. They still have like that amazing third line with Coleman, Yanni Gord,
yeah.
and who's the third guy? I always forget.
They just have
Goudreau.
Oh, Goodrow. Yeah.
So that's like that third line's just crazy shut down, eat minutes,
It's not fair.
still gets goals.
It's not fair.
Yeah, sorry. Last month he's got a 9.01. Bobrovsky's got, and it's above 3 goals against.
No, so it's not even that good.
No.
And the funny thing is like Vass's last couple starts have not been good.
Yeah, but
And he still has
whatever.
a 221 and a 925 on the season with 41 starts, probably the most in the league. I wouldn't be surprised if 41 starts was close to the most in the
Hellebuck
league.
probably has the most.
Hellebuck's
starts.
probably got more.
You want to just look up Hellebuck real quick?
I'll just
Regardless, yeah, it will be one of the highest ones, highest workload. But I mean, that's
43. 2 more. yeah.
good call. Good call.
But yeah, like even like no one else. I bet there's not many other teams that have a goalie with over 40 starts this year.
No, I don't think so.
And Vasilevsky is Vasilevsky.
Yeah, he's literally a cheat code.
He's the best goalie in the league.
Just for fun, let's see what Tampa Bay's Lightning's lines are going to look like here.
You know what's funny is like they don't have a point per game player.
Who's
Who,
that?
Florida?
Yeah. No, Tampa.
Really, eh?
Point is not at a good year, point-wise.
Yeah, points only got 48 and 56.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
At least
Sorelli?
Florida has both Huberdeau and Barkov over a point per game.
I had
Sure.
no idea. That's
Platt's
a fun
number
fact about
2.
Tamppa.
Hedman's 3.
Sorry, they kind of
Platt's
shit the
number
bed in the
2.
regular season because they finished third.
That's shitting the bed for Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
But you're
I
playing.
said at the start of the
you're
year,
playing
the
with
only
it.
team I could see passing Tampa was Carolina, and Florida beat them this year too.
You're playing without your 2 best point guys. I
Yeah.
guess maybe Braden Point's a better point per game player than
I knew
Stamkos is.
Kucherov was out all year though.
Yeah, and you knew that at the start of the season, so you knew they were going to be struggling a bit. Like, guy had 130 points a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah.
You're not playing with that.
So
He'd be the only one to probably keep up with McDavid.
lineup,
But he also
lineup-wise,
sucks in the playoffs sometimes. Not last year.
Who's that?
Kucherov.
Yeah, he wrote that narrative off last year.
Yeah, he really did. Did he? Oh no, who got the Hedman get the
Yeah.
Conn
Yeah.
Smythe? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember at the start of the year we were contemplating who got the Conn Smythe between Point and Kucherov because they both had like 35 points in the playoffs, and it's just like, yeah. I think it was Kucherov. Yeah.
It was Hedman.
We didn't even talk about Point.
Hedman set
We
like
down.
Had like 12 goals
He set like a defenseman record, or almost set a defenseman record
for goals
in the
yeah.
playoffs. Yeah.
I think he was second all time for goals for defensemen in the playoffs last year.
And that it was funny. I remember thinking that goal, that record was almost, people were cheering for that as hard as people were cheering for them to make, like, or more than they were cheering for Tampa to win the cup. Because winning the cup was almost inevitable, the way that
That record is so.
Who had the
seems
record?
so
Was it
difficult.
Dallas fell apart, and that record almost seemed more unbelievable than just winning a cup.
Who had the record?
Uh,
Was it Leach or McInnes? Someone like that, I
He's one
think.
of those guys who played in the
Gretzky.
80s, 90s, early
Wayne
2000s.
Gretzky, probably, as a defenseman.
Marcel Dion.
Yeah.
They are both centers.
So who did they go? Braden Point, Sorelli, and Kucherov? First line?
Sorelli's a center.
No.
They got Sorelli on left wing right now.
Yeah, but when they got center, where's Stamkos playing?
I don't know. Yanni Gord, Killorn.
It-
I don't know. Like what was the
I think
combinations?
last year was Point, Kucherov, Palat.
Palat. Okay.
Pretty
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then second line would have been Killorn.
Yeah. Sorelli or Gord?
No, Sorelli was fourth line. Oh, Sorelli was second line.
Yeah.
It's Stamkos.
No, Stamkos wasn't
For that
playing
one
last year.
game
yeah.
or whatever, but you can pencil him in.
It
yeah, I
was
understand. If he's there,
Tyler
he'll-
Johnson.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, they still have Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson's right. He's on the third line, centering the third line right now. Man, they got so many options.
Yeah, and then the third
my
line
God.
was the one we just talked about, the Goodrow, Gord, and Blake Coleman. And they were only running 11 forwards a lot last year, if you remember that. It was like
They had to keep
Pat
us-
Maroon and I forget the other guy. Oh, the guy got traded. He was a shithead. Fuck, what's his name?
Yes. Ian's thinking.
I won't see it because I won't see his name. If I saw his name, I'd remember.
I don't hear talking.
Paquette?
Oh, Cedric Paquette?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I got you. And they're running 7D?
Yes.
Yeah, Luke Shen was the
Luke Shen was playing a lot.
And he actually, he looked okay.
Yeah, he didn't play bad.
Didn't look bad.
He might have to play a little bit less because you know who they got at the trade deadline? David Savard.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, isn't Luke Shen still on the roster?
Yeah, he's on their third D pair right now, just looking at it. So,
man, good for him if he can win another cup.
Sorgachev,
I'm happy for him.
Hedman,
I'm happy
Cernak,
for him.
Savard. That's your top 4.
Where's
Savard?
McDonough?
Yeah, McDonough's. I think they have McDonough listed as out right now.
So
yeah,
probably
McDonough's. Jesus Christ, McDonough's day to day.
Yeah, you forget they have McDonough.
And then that that Luke Shen character, and then that's like this, and he's the 6th defenseman, so whatever.
He's probably the 7th or 8th. Yeah.
I'm scrolling up here. Frederick Clayson.
I'm so happy for Luke Shen.
Jan Ruda. Jan Ruda was a guy that played on a regular basis.
I still want to race him.
Not right now, though.
Not right now. Yeah, let me take off 20.
You just got to get in mid-season form.
Yeah, let me take off 20.
All right, guys. Okay, so you know what? We haven't got over just quickly before we do our pick here. Tampa Bay, Florida Panthers.
Oh, they got crushed in this season, I think, by them.
Last 2 games to Florida.
Last 3 games. Yeah. Florida won. Tampa won only 3 games.
Out of 8?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tampa won 3. One of them was in overtime.
Ooh.
And then Florida won the other ones. So, and you know what? Florida won 3 of them
handedly
without Ekblad.
You put an Ekblad.
Yeah, there's an arrow. It says this is without Ekblad.
Greg created a timeline.
Yeah, that is a timeline to have though, because Ekblad's a difference.
Exactly.
He learned something in school.
They were 500 with Ekblad, and they were 1 game ahead, 2 games ahead above. 2 more wins without.
All right, I got
Ekblad.
Tampa.
Yeah, I got Tampa.
Like,
all right, take Florida.
No. I'm
I'm
gonna take Tampa. I'm obviously taking Tampa. I'm just. It's like I want Florida to win, but like there's no
Florida's got home ice
way. They have home ice, but whatever. Like
Tampa has 7 games of home ice.
No.
Yeah. There's going to be more Tampa fans in the Florida.
Yeah.
It's not wrong.
True.
Not wrong.
I can't believe you didn't get that,
You're
man.
like, you said 7 games. I'm like, what?
You're just trying
There's
to math.
only 7.
You're just trying to calculus
It's like a few hour drive down the road.
How far is it actually?
It's in Miami.
Is it?
To Tampa is like, I think 5 hours.
My U.S. geography is below garbage.
It's about 5 hours.
Sunrise is like Bowmanville. Is the Bowmanville of Miami.
That's only an hour and a half.
Yeah, but that's why they don't get a lot of
only
fans.
an hour.
No, Tampa to Miami is about 5 hours.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drive.
It's a bit of a
that.
drive. Yeah, it's like it's like Toronto to Montreal.
Unless you're doing a nightly thing.
Dude, for a playoff game, that's like going to Toronto, Montreal. I would totally do that if Toronto and Montreal.
And hotels are dirt cheap right now. And you buy both games tickets.
How fucking frustrating is it?
You'll pay more for gas than the ticket.
Get into it this year. No,
Well,
I'm not going to get into it this
Not
episode.
get into it.
Yeah, I'll wait for the Canada episode.
Okay, all right.
Or I'll wait till we're done.
Yeah, we don't have
Tampa-
fans.
Tampa-
That's what you're talking about.
I'll wait till we're done.
Tampa and how many?
Ooh.
So I want to see that series go to 7. I want that to become a rivalry. I want that to go 7.
I'm stuck between 5 and 7.
I'm gonna go 6.
I'm gonna go.
No,
I'm gonna go 5.
I'm picking 5.
I'm going 5.
I want to see a rivalry come out of that.
I would love to as well.
Battle of Ontario, like esque, Battle of Alberta esque.
Agreed.
Like Pennsylvania.
Battle of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the Juggernaut versus the up and coming team.
And that just
they're only a couple pieces away, really.
That just makes
like a Marshall Schultz and Riley Smith.
What division are we called?
What
division are
Vegas
we? We're
players.
the Atlantic Division back in normal times, right?
Yes.
It'll just make the
Atlantic Division
so much better.
Mark, the Atlantic Division is okay. Ottawa is up and coming. Mm-hmm. The Leafs are like, you say what you want with the Leafs, they're good.
They got
Tampa's
Buffalo and Detroit.
Good. Boston's good. Ottawa is going to be good in a year or 2. Ottawa has more wins than Ottawa might not finish last, like actually in their division. No, it might actually. They can finish as high as 5th.
Boston's good. Florida's good, and then Buffalo. Detroit's going to be good soon.
It's going to be it's Detroit and Buffalo are the shit teams.
I wouldn't even call
Buffalo's
Detroit shit.
Detroit's not good.
Detroit's not good because they're not a dumpster fire.
That's sort of semantics. They're both really bad, but Detroit's got huge upside.
The management's there.
We got Stevie
So, like,
Y,
you can't-
man. Stevie Y.
They're just bad. They're not like awful. They're because they're definitely going in the right direction. Where Buffalo is just like
it's.
Did you see the comments,
I just have hope.
comments by Eichel today?
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it
Okay.
later. We'll
I'm
save
just-
that.
I'm
That's
just-
a teaser. It's a teaser. We could do an hour episode on that nonsense. Oh my god. Okay, we're at the 1 hour mark, so we got it. Let's do one more. Let's do one more here. So Mark wants to see a thing.
I want to see. I just want to see a bloodbath.
Full 7.
Not a bloodbath, just 7 games of hockey.
Mark wants to see death.
Is Tampa seem extremely aggressive off of after the first 2 lines?
Tampa's
Are they muckers?
Tampa's a very aggressive team.
Yeah.
Dude, you remember they haven't changed much since they played.
You don't.
I
win the
still-
cup.
I
You don't win the
still-
cup without doing
Yeah,
that. Right?
I still don't know if they can
still
beat.
got
I don't know
Maroon,
if they can beat Tampa's bottom
They
6.
still got Maroon.
No, I'm saying Tampa's got the bottom 6.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
saying
no,
it's Florida
yeah.
have the bottom 6.
We'll learn when well, they got Gudis.
He'll get in there on the forecheck for sure.
I can't wait to watch Gudis.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. So
I
this
can't-
next
I
one
wish he was
takes
still on the Flyers.
so we should go through this next one, and I picked Carolina in 4. All right, we're done.
This
I'm
one's
taking-
cool.
I'm Nashville in 7. Pecorino revival tour.
This one's cool. Mark
Saros
mentioned
would
this
probably get a
earlier
start.
because this is one of the series you'll never see again unless it's a Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, because it's a East-West.
East-West.
This is East-West.
Oh, you
That's
did
really
say that.
cool.
Yeah.
So Carolina won every game against Nashville 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row, and then Nashville won the last 2 over the past week or whatever when they were
So
resting
They won
guys.
5-0.
They won 5-0 last
Damn.
night.
Nashville.
Yeah.
Those are must wins for Nashville though. So Nashville needed to bring it.
Last night wasn't.
Oh, okay.
The previous one was. I think the 3-1 win was the previous one. I think
Who was in net last night?
Yeah, but Nashville needed to bring
Rene-
it back.
Rene with the shutout.
Mrazek was in net.
Mrazek.
I meant
You know
for
what I
Carolina. That's more important.
Yeah, so Mark's basically saying that the last 2 games, Carolina had it locked up already.
Yep.
Yeah, but Nashville still got to bring it.
Nashville, you answer your question, the 5-0 win, it was Rene in net for the Predators.
Yeah, but
Got
it
a
was
shutout,
Mrazek in net.
And Mrazek for the
Which
Carolina Hurricanes.
that was the more thing. It's like, who's getting the fucking start for Carolina?
Carolina didn't have Svechnikov in or
Mrazek.
Hamilton, and the Preds did not use either Yossi or Ellis. So it's kind of interesting that it's okay, and in Nashville, dominated the game.
That's funny because how deep Carolina is.
Nashville's pretty deep too, man.
I guess they are.
Comes to just names.
Mark, tell me why. Give me a reason why the Nashville Predators could upset this series.
They're not going to.
I'm asking Mark because he's a little more optimistic. Because I think it would be very interesting if they did, and I think it's a little bit more likely than people realize. I don't know if I'd ultimately take the Nashville Predators, even though I will get my Jack Daniels ready and I will be cheering for Nashville, but I want a non-biased
You'd better
perspective.
finish that Jack Daniels in 4
I don't
games.
know.
You can help me.
The best player in the series is on Carolina.
Hamilton?
Yeah.
The best probably 5 players.
No.
Yossi's probably number 2.
Guys, Roman Yossi, Norris winner.
Philip Forsberg is also amazing too.
He's their 2 saving points.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
I just still
do you think Rene's getting the start?
I think-
Look up Saros' numbers.
I know he's got to get
They're
it.
unreal numbers.
But
so are Carolina's
It would
goals.
have to be Saros stealing it.
Yeah.
Or Rene stealing it.
It'd be Saros, but yeah.
I think both teams are so similarly built that they roll 4 deep and their defense is pretty deep as well. So it's gonna be who gets the more puck luck almost, or it's gonna show who is actually more skilled, because I think both teams play a very similar style.
You know what? For this one, I will go with a goalie matchup because I don't know who the fuck's starting for Carolina. I'm going to assume Mrazek,
Mm-hmm.
but look at fucking Nedjovic's numbers on the season.
You want to read them out?
Yeah,
He's got a sub 2 goals
a
against.
190 goals against and a 932
That's unfucking believable. How many games did he play?
I think he had 19,
Yeah, but the
20,
thing is,
23,
play Mrazek.
23 started.
Play Mrazek, have him go deep in for the
I know,
playoffs.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
have some team overpay for him, and then you have Neklovic next year, and some teams in cap hell with the
Mrazek's
And you're
numbers.
laughing.
Hey,
No, it's 40 chess, man.
Mark,
You're right. That's true.
Mrazek's numbers 206 and a 923.
Yeah, it's insane.
And not nearly as many games, but it's still insane.
Yeah, but
It's
he's still got.
incredible.
I think that's the team. A lot of that.
Yeah.
So it's like, do they need a goalie?
And Saros though slots in right in there. He's a 228 and
Yeah.
a 927. So he's
Yeah,
right.
fuck,
He's
those are
right
numbers.
in there too. And Saros had a bad start, so that that's coming up like recent. Like that's
And I'm down for just the
reasons.
Nashville fans cheering again in the playoffs.
oh hell yeah.
Yeah, those
That's
parties.
amazing.
You suck! You suck! It's all your fault! It's all... Like, I just want them to win just for that reason. I just want to
So
keep
much
hearing the
fun.
cheering.
So much fun to hear those. I'm just looking at the Predators lineup. Mark's right. So yeah, Ryan Johansson and Matt Duchene down the middle. They have Matt Duchene listed on the first line with Philip Forsberg and Ryan Johansson, so may or may not. If you guys haven't watched Nashville, this is a series that everyone's gonna be watching Carolina.
I don't
'cause
think
people
I
think
have
Carolina's
this year.
really good.
Ellie Tolvanen breakout party! Let's
Watch
go!
Ellie Tolvanen. He probably slots in on that first line
I've
more
been
often than not.
talking about this guy for years.
The Nashville Predators have never had like a skilled, talented dangle forward. They've never had one.
Oh, this guy is
He's
so
it.
silky. I've been watching this guy in Finland for years, man. This guy is so sick.
Really fun to watch. And
Oh
then
my goodness.
you got the usual suspects on Nashville. You got Arvidsson, etc. You got those guys that just work really hard. Rocco Grimaldi.
Rocco. That's a baseball player name.
See, Nashville.
Correct.
Just looking
Correct,
at like
He should be playing baseball
Hey,
with
just
that
looking
name.
at
Yeah.
Nashville's like point totals on the season, every player has not played a lot of games. Like Yossi's number 1 on their points with 48 games played. Forsberg's number 2 with 39 games played.
yeah,
Yankirk?
Janmark, Yarncroc, Yarncroc.
Yeah, 49 games. Granlund 51. Arvidsson 50. Like no one's played a full season. Ekholm 48. Ryan Johansson 48. Tolvanen's only played 40. Halla's played 51. Like no one's played a fucking lot of games on this team. They've had a lot of injuries this year.
They have, and I don't think a lot of people are taking that into account. I don't know, obviously we know who the favorite in this series is,
Oh, by far, yeah.
but I just
You want to go with your boys? See, that was my problem when Detroit was on that decline. It's just like I still have to pick Detroit. Like
with the boys.
yeah, Detroit's 8th seed playing Boston 1st seed in the first round, and
You always
fuck,
got to go with your team.
I
though.
still
Yeah.
got to pick Detroit.
Granted, what I just told you. On aside from this week, Carolina's beat the crap out. Not only because Carolina won every game. Don't want to give you the scores. I'll give you the scores. Carolina 4-2. Carolina 4-2. Carolina 3-2 in overtime. Carolina 5-1. Carolina 4-1. Carolina 3-1.
Oh, they're declining.
But Nashville's until like this past week, Nashville's either scored 1 or 2 goals against them. Nashville does not. Nashville scores like a baseball team. They don't have a one-shot guy. They don't have a guy that can go coast to coast. They need to get in and cycle, or they need to.
They need to let Yossi.
They don't score off the rush very often, but if they do, it's usually one of the usual suspects. But they need to get in and cycle, and they generate. If they're not generating offense from their defense in Nashville, they don't have a lot of guys up front that can really do it unless it's those grindy goals.
Yeah, their power play is not great.
Their power play is atrocious.
Their shooting percentage isn't good. Their face-off percentage is okay. Goals allowed is pretty low. Shots allowed is high, though. Their penalty kill is shit. That could be a problem.
Okay, it's not just their power play is shit.
No, their penalty kill is shit.
I'm sorry. Yeah, their penalty kill is shit, and Saros does not stop a lot of shots in the power play. All right, when the other team has a power play. When they're killing penalties, Saros gives up a lot of goals against.
They're 29th in the league.
Yeah, so that's one of his weaknesses is
It's
but
probably the side to side.
he's a smaller goalie. He's small. When he's playing well, he's aggressive, and they just can't take the angles away the same way.
Yeah.
Saros has been a lot of fun to watch recently.
And then you go back and look at Carolina's power play percentage. They're 2nd in the league. So you're playing the
Carolina's
third
gonna
last.
handedly win.
Ian, tell us exactly why the Carolina Hurricanes are the team to watch.
Svechnikov.
Aho.
Sebastian Aho. Which
Aho's
one?
better than Svechnikov.
I was looking up just a couple stats today, and I'm like, what the fuck is Sebastian Aho doing on another team?
There's another Sebastian
two
Aho.
Sebastian Ahos.
The Islanders.
Yeah, Islanders. Yeah, I was like, what
Sebastian
the shit
Aho
is
is the
this?
only point per game player in this series.
I believe it. You mean Hamilton doesn't have a point per game? What the fuck? What's he been doing?
Yeah, he's only at 42 and 55.
Fucking get your act together, Dougie Hamilton. Shit.
For a defenseman. For a defenseman.
Get it together. Ian, why do you like the Carolina Hurricanes so much?
They're too complete of a team.
They're good. How many lines deep do they have, Mark?
Seven.
How many lines deep do they go?
7.
6.
They're
Taxi squad is like the Leafs. They can all play.
they're easy
Crazy.
4 deep.
Yeah.
They have 4. I'm really looking forward to the second round of the Central. Tampa, Carolina. It's gonna be good.
That's people.
Nashville, Florida is exactly what the NHL is looking for.
Wouldn't
That's
that be
exactly
insane?
what they don't want. Watch the refs in these series. You heard it now.
Nashville's fans are good, but no, they don't want Florida advancing. You're right. I absolutely agree. And from an entertainment perspective, like Carolina and Tampa,
Does Carolina have a good fan base?
once they get
They're
going,
culty.
Yeah.
yeah.
So they're fucking culted up right now then, eh?
All called.
Everyone's lining up for
Like
their
culty
juice
in a
glasses.
good way. Like when they're winning, their fans are out. But like their fans are like I'll compare them to like true Jays fans.
Yeah.
How do you mean?
So you have half the stands that are like actual fans, and then you got their bandwagon half.
Like they're new to hockey the same way like
right now
They're not hardcore. They're not hardcore hockey fans. They're like Canes come and
They're
go,
very
but if they're
casual,
good,
but they're insanely fun.
yeah, okay. They're there for some of them are there for the hockey. Some of them are there for the party.
Yeah,
I got you.
To yell stuff.
I'd go to a Carolina Hurricanes game.
I go to a Canes game.
How far is Carolina from here?
14 hours.
Isn't that how far Philly was?
Philly was like 6.
No, it wasn't. You didn't drive. You sat in the back and slept the whole time. That's why you think it was 6. Took us a full day to get there. We left at like 8 a.m. and pulled it to the place at like 5.
Mark's got to punch into the Google Maps.
I think it's 8 hours actually. But then we stopped a couple times.
We talked about a couple of those teams being the two-headed dragon. Like Mark, just yell it whenever the distance, whenever you get it. Or the time. The two-headed dragon, the Carolina Hurricanes, man. Sebastian Aho, Teravainen, you got Niederreiter, Trocheck, Svechnikov. Nobody talks about this Martin Necas guy. He's
Nikaz?
Nice cock.
Nick?
pretty sure it's Necas, but okay, yeah. Necas.
8 hours.
Told you.
8 hours to where, Philly?
Not 6.
How far is it to Raleigh?
Bali?
Yeah. Martinook. They're deep, man. Carolina Hurricanes. 12 hours. So it's like
Or 12:45, so 13.
So we get our rental the day before
So I
and
said
start
14.
earlier.
I was right. I said 14.
Well,
I was right.
that when we went to Philly that one time, like me, Mark, Amy, and Duke,
yeah.
we had such a slow start going. It's just like Mark was fucking hungover because I think it was karaoke the night before at Amigos. So Mark like
You're
comes
fucked,
out
man.
and he's
You're
like
fucked.
fucking, he's done. He's like, yo, I just need like to chill for a bit. So I think like Amy picked you, me, and Duke up, and then we went over to the dealership to the rental place to get the car, and then we drove back to Amy's to get her, and then like that whole thing took like an hour longer than it probably should have.
That wasn't my fault though.
No, it wasn't you at all.
Yeah,
it wasn't the dealership either. It was just the whole process. It's like we were hoping to be on the road by like 8:30, and we didn't get on the road probably till like 9:30, maybe closer to 10.
You guys.
But we fucking flew through the U.S.
Don't say that. They'll hear you.
Yeah, we were driving like 90 miles per hour on the whatever their highways are.
Rocket ship.
That sounds slow, but it's really fast.
Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah. I'll take them in 5.
Give Nashville a game. They might.
I'll give them a game. I'm
Mark?
being nice.
Carolina Hurricanes. You taking the Carolina Hurricanes, or what are you doing here?
Yeah, the Canes in 5.
Yeah, Canes in 5. I don't think as much as I want to take Nashville, as much as I might convince myself because I'm dumb to take the Predators, but I just don't think anyone's going to be. I don't think a team coached by Rod Brindamore is going to be stopped in the first round. Looking at it like that.
That's what I see with Barry Trotz.
And they got 2 goalies that are rolling. You cannot play both goalies at the same time. I think a lot of people forget that when you listen to the media, the sports media. They got goalies roll. You can only play one at a time, but they're both
the 4 best goalies in the league.
You've got
they
2
also
guys.
Optimus Rhyme.
Yeah.
And David Ayers.
They have 4
We
goalies
can't forget
deep.
about him.
But just looking at the season, Carolina's just been so good against Nashville, and I think we all want to see the Hurricanes and Tampa Bay Lightning
Second round.
in round 2. So I'll take Carolina. Let's take Carolina in 6. Nah, Carolina in 5. I can't be stupid.
They got to win at home.
They got to win. Yeah, they got to win at home. Give Nashville 1 game. I still think the games are going to be a little closer than people think. I think people are really discounting Nashville. I think they're going to scare Carolina, but I don't think they're going to stop them.
If anything, it might be a game 1 scare, and then Carolina 4 games straight.
Yeah, I was just going to look up.
Wouldn't be
I
surprised.
was going to look up Nashville's record.
You know
in the last
Nashville's
10.
coming out hard because they know they're the underdog, right?
100%, and you play that up as much as you can. Nashville is 7-2-1 in the past 10. Carolina is 5-2-3. Carolina's coming in with 3 straight losses, but like Mark mentioned, 2 of them against Nashville, they really didn't care that much about.
And they weren't probably starting their guys, right?
Both teams were sitting guys, so it's a bit of a wash, but there's just a little seed of doubt the way that Nashville, I watched some of the highlights, and watching these games, Nashville didn't necessarily get dominated. There's a lot of posts both ways, but Nashville does not score the pretty goal the same way Carolina scores the pretty goal.
Yeah, Carolina can score.
Yeah. All right, boys. I think we're going to do the other 4 series.
As we're watching this, I feel like the Canada's set.
What do you mean?
Winnipeg's up 3-0 right now.
Oh, the Canadian divisions are set?
So if Winnipeg wins this game, Montreal can't pass them.
Right. We'll say that for another podcast.
Yeah.
Because we don't even have this schedule.
This one's pretty long.
So as of now, there's only 1 Stanley Cup final game scheduled. We'll do the North and we'll do the West
When we got it.
on another show. But hopefully, listen, don't take our word for it. Hopefully the conversation, at the very least, said, you know what? I never thought of that. Or those guys are complete idiots. And I just wasted an hour. In which
That's
case, you're welcome. But if not, hit the followers or subscribe or whatever button on your podcast player. Appreciate it.
Do they have that?
I don't. Depends on the podcast player, man. Some podcast players, they got a like button. Some have a subscribe button. Some I don't think even have buttons. They're just like they're strange.
Favorite maybe.
Favorite? You know, it's like a playlist.
I think Spotify has like the favorites thing.
Is it? I thought it was a. It's not follow.
I don't think they have a follow.
They have a subscribe, I think.
Do they have a subscribe?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Where?
On Spotify.
Yeah, there's like a heart little thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a favorite.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you're listening on Spotify, hit the heart little thingy.
Yeah.
What's the on the Apple one? I don't know what the Apple one's called.
I
I've
don't
never
have
been on
Apple thing.
Apple.
No, Mark has you have an iPhone though, don't you, Mark?
Yeah, but he has Spotify.
Yeah.
Because it's better.
No, but I've never used an Apple product, so I don't even know what the Apple podcast thing is. I think it's a follower.
We'll have to ask Jordan.
We'll ask somebody. Guys, any last words for those series? I think it'll be a good. I think it's going to be a good playoff, and a couple of those series are going to be really interesting. But I'm sort of with you. Like that East Division, probably not going to watch those matchups as close as I am going to be watching the Central ones.
Yeah, that's funny too, eh? Because like, you think about that a couple of years ago. What teams would you want to watch the most? Probably Pittsburgh, Washington.
I'd watch that. I would watch Pittsburgh, Washington because it's the Ovechkin versus Crosby thing. Like I think that's kind of more compelling than Mark's right. The Islanders are not the most sexy team to watch.
Yeah.
But if they win the thing, then you can't take it away from them. Guys, let's get out of here.
All right.
Enough of this. Let's wrap this up. So everybody, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitter @DraftInHand